Oops. Let's meet at the library. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Julia and welcome to my channel, Shakespeare and Such. Yeah, it's kind of been a while since I said that. Life got crazy. That happens. As you may have already noticed, I've made some changes. We got a new song in the intro. We got a new angle, not necessarily for aesthetic purposes, though I'm loving my new shelves, but because I redid my office, so my chair is in a different place, and I just thought we would give this a try. This might change again. Let me know in the comments if this is working for you. It's not too bad. It's the bookcase opposite to the one you used to see, so it's a new view. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah. Since it's 2017, we might as well talk about the best and worst books that I read last year. My goal in 2016 was to read a book a week, and I surpassed that goal to a total of 63 books. Of course, that's including like audiobooks and some children's books and some graphic novels and such, but I'm still really pleased with that, and I am rocking and rolling right into my 2017 goal, which is the same, but I'm already ahead, so how you like them apples? So in this video, I want to talk about the worst books that I read in 2016. And by worst, obviously it's not objectively the worst. These are, in my opinion, the least favorite things that I read last year. They're not necessarily published in 2016. They're not necessarily the world's worst books. But for me, they were the low points of my reading. So let's get to it. I'm doing this a lot. I will be talking about some spoilers for these books, so if you hear me mention a book that you don't want spoiled, just skip past it. But yeah, a lot of the things I have to complain about, I can't really do without talking about really important things in the plot, so you've been warned. Okay, let's start with one I know I've talked about a little bit already on this channel, The Wrath and the Dawn. By the way, I have none of these books on my person because why would I keep books I didn't like? Who does that? Yeah, The Wrath and the Dawn. This book is so well loved and I don't understand. The only character I enjoyed in this book was Jalal. I didn't mind, I can't remember his name, her like bodyguard, but he doesn't say anything, so how could he annoy me? You know what I'm saying? I thought the romance between Shazi and Khalid is super problematic, based on literally nothing. I thought it was weak as a retelling, and also not that well written. There were a lot of like pointless descriptions about Shazi's like outfits, and I'm like, no offense, don't care. 15-year-old Julia would have been like, tell me more about her clothes, I need every detail. 23-year-old Julia is like, give me some plot, give me some meat. Let me know about these characters, not just like what color she has on today. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Shazi talked such a big game about how she's like, I'm gonna volunteer, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna straight up murder him. She knew nothing about him. She had zero plans, and she literally like just never attempted to kill the Caliph. Like, it hurts my brain thinking about this book. I wish I was kidding. The curse in this book is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Khalid did not try at all, that we know of, to find a single way around it when it's incredibly vague and stupid, and also I don't understand why a man who lost his daughter would curse more families to lose their daughters in a similar way. Like, what's wrong with you? Stupid. Stupid book. I will never read the sequel. I wrote the world's longest whiny review about this book, so if you're interested in reading all the gory details about what I hated, that will be linked down below on Goodreads. Moving on, this summer I read a book called The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin. You might have heard of her. She's got a book that's also very popular. I think it's called like The Fortune Hunter, and she just came out with a book about Queen Victoria. maybe those are great books. I don't know. I see them mentioned a fair amount in the world. This book drove me bananas. The characters were okay. The premise is that Cora is an American heiress who goes to England to find a husband with a title, so you get the money and the title and you're like power couple, you know? It just... She married the first guy she found who sucked. He was the worst. And here's where the spoilers come in. She stayed with him the whole time, even though he was just awful. He was like, sometimes like, I love you, you're everything to me. Sometimes he literally disappeared. She was pregnant with their child, and he was like in India for the last 7 months of her pregnancy. And she was like, golly, I hope he comes for when the baby's born. I'm like, I hope he comes back never. I hate him. And also, and then there was like this glimmer of hope at the end that she was going to run away with like her kind of teenage friend who she loved, whatever, Teddy. And I was like, oh my God, yes, all this book was going to be worth it. And then her husband makes this big sob story speech about how he needs her. And I'm like, what about what Cora needs? Her life sucks. And she stayed with him. She literally thought, like, the page before, she was like, oh my God, he might push me off this cliff. And then he kept going with his speech, and he's like, but I need you. And she's like, my husband wouldn't push me off a cliff. I'm going to stay with him. Oh my God. It was painful. And then, he was also cheating on her this whole time, by the way. And then he sent his mistress, former mistress, I don't know, maybe they kept going. He sent his mistress to the train station to see Teddy and just be like, sucks for you. Like, oh my God, it was the most painful thing I've ever read. It was terrible. The writing itself wasn't like outlandishly bad, but the plot and the choices that the characters made just ate away at my soul. Oh my God. As you can see, I'm still getting worked up. It was rough. Also in 2016, I read Allegiant. Need I say more? Okay, I'll say a little bit more. Yeah, Allegiant is the final book in the Divergent series. I know a lot of people have been disappointed by it. I wasn't necessarily... I know a lot of people say that Tobias like completely changed in the last book. I read the books so long ago that I was like, he seems pretty much how I remember him. But the plot came out of left field. It made no sense. I was like, is this even the same genre? What's the science that's happening? There's an amazing, hilariously amazing review for this book on Amazon that I will also link down below. Not mine, just like a 1-star review that is crazy. It's like, I don't know. It articulates how dumb this book is on a level that I can't even aspire to. So I will leave that linked down below for you guys to read if you're interested. It's so amusing. Do you know what I also read in 2016? I read We Were Liars. At the time, I mean, this was like January. At the time, I was like, okay, this is a book. I was reading it fairly quickly, so that made me happy. But the characters were just so hard to care about. The feeling of the novel is just so like cold and distant, which I understand has to do with the dynamic between the family and also the main character's like amnesia that she has. But it's just like I couldn't care about anybody. Don't you want to care about the characters you're reading about, even like a little bit? Otherwise, what's the point of reading their story if you don't care what happens to them, you know? Ugh. And then the ending, I just felt was kind of like, oh, you guys are dumb. Like that was what I left with. I was like, oh, so the characters are really stupid. Got it. Also important, why is it called We Were Liars? Why was the group of cousins called the Liars? They didn't lie about anything. When did they ever tell a lie? I think the one lie they told in the whole book was when the three were like, yeah, we went to town, we got like taffy, I don't remember what they got, like fudge. Um, just, why? Let us not forget The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkins. Michelle Hodkin? Hodkin. I was going to make a full video, like, just ranting about this book. Then I decided I don't care enough to go back through it and find all the things that annoyed me, so it just gets a very special place in this video. I was reading this book in October. I was hoping for, like, spooky spooktacular, ghosts, and what's up with her fake name, like, craziness. 80% of the book is YA contemporary romance. I was like, I don't care about Mara and Noah. In fact, I hate Noah. I hate his attitude. He's really controlling. He's really annoying. And I would just like for him to be gone. The book was just not what I expected. I didn't go into it looking for the Mara and Noah show, yet that's what I got. And then by the end, with like the powers and Noah's got one and like stupid stuff's happening, they drank some kind of voodoo, like, I don't know. It was so dumb. Like the first 40% of the book, I was like, maybe I care, maybe I like it. And the rest of the book just kept getting exponentially worse. Yay! And I will also give a quick shout out to The Selection by Kiera Cass. This was not, how do I want to say this? I enjoyed this book while I was reading it for the stupid thing that it is. But that's really only because of Maxon. He is really precious. America, why is her name America? Her family, didn't care. Her friends, It's just, like, that book is not well written. Like, we can all say how cheesy and lame that whole thing is, right? Like, and what is the plot with, like, the rebels? Why did that even exist? No one is reading The Selection for, like, oh, what's going on with the rebel in this country? Like, no one's concerned about a rebellion. We're here to see a girl fall in love with a prince. It's just, and then I tried for like 8 pages to read the second book, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I guess I just have to let it go. I'll never see America and Maxon get married because I can't live with this. Is their wedding in the books? God, I hope so. Also, can we address that the titles of the series are spoilers for the series? Like, The Selection is about America being in the selection. The Elite is about America making it to the elite. The One is the name of the winner, hence, America's probably the one. I don't know. Okay, I've been babbling way too long about books that drove me cuckoo bananas this year, or this past year, I should say. It was fun. This was good to get this off my chest. I'm feeling great. I will be hopefully making my favorites of 2016 video very soon, within the next couple of days. I'm trying to get back on a regular uploading schedule. I'm sorry, guys. Life got rough in December. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know what you think of this filming setup. Also, some of your least favorite books of 2016. I love unpopular opinions, so hit me up. And yeah, just like, comment, like this video, subscribe if you're so inclined, and you will be seeing more of me soon. And I mean it this time. Bye, guys. I literally forgot how I sign off my videos. Okay. I think the highlight of the book, here's a spoiler. Why won't you stay? Got it.